A video has been shared on social media showing what appears to be a teenage lad standing at a crossing with what looks like his smartphone being held up, filming as armed police rush towards him, pointing either an MP5 carbine or an K G36c, screaming at the lad to get on the floor.
Alright, get down on the floor! Get on the... Get down! Hands out to the side! Turn up! Move!
Put my face down, man. What are you trying to do?
Right, we've been told you're in possession of a knife, so right now you're detained with one minute to look back for a search. For possession of a knife.
Now, it's clear the lad didn't seem to have any idea they were coming for him, as he appeared to be simply watching and possibly filming them. The incident happened at around 9 PM on Saturday night in High Road in Ilford, London. The boy did get to the ground quickly once he realised that they were actually pointing their weapons at him, as they were shouting, "Get down on the floor, get on the fucking floor right now, hands out to the side, do not fucking move." You then hear another constable telling the boy that we've had reports you're in possession of a knife, so right now you're detained. However, the fact that the Met Police have yet to make any arrests, it would appear that they got it wrong and likely traumatised the lad in the process. A spokesperson for the Metropolitan Police said at approximately 20:50 hours on Saturday the 30th of July, armed officers responding to a report of a person in possession of a knife stopped a man in High Road, Ilford. The man, who matched the description of the suspect that was provided by a member of the public, was detained for the purpose of a search. No knife was found and he was allowed on his way. No arrests were made and no injuries were reported. Inquiries to establish the circumstances of the incident are ongoing. Now, one of the problems with this whole "you fit the description of a suspect," and although I know that they didn't say at the time that he's fit a description that they were given, is that anybody can call the police and tell them someone's got a weapon, and the police have a duty to act on it for public safety. This could be very dangerous and could be used by, for example, rival gang members. And no, I'm not suggesting this lad is in a gang, by the way, so don't start with the race and bullshit just because the lad's black. Disgruntled exes to get someone killed at the hands of the police. There are cases where the police have itchy trigger fingers, or, as we all know and often hear, have PTSD or mental health and depression problems, and they're allowed to roam the streets with life-taking weapons. Many people have died or been injured due to this, and this makes any interaction with armed police very dangerous, which is why it's better to simply comply in those particular situations rather than argue with them. Remember, you can recover from a few bruises, but you won't recover from a 9mm in the chest or face. In this case, I did notice that the copper with the weapon was holding it properly, making it impossible for him to shoot the lad. If you note how his trigger finger is extended along the length of the weapon, pointing down the barrel rather than on the trigger, which is exactly where it should be, in order to prevent accidental discharge. So I will say fair play for that. That is exactly how they're trained to hold their weapons. But in many cases, police do not hold their weapon in the correct manner, which can lead and does lead to shots fired when there is no need and potential loss of life. In this case, the plods say we've had reports you're in possession of a knife, so right now you're detained. But with no knife being found and no arrest being made, it makes me wonder how police grade these calls. I know that they have a duty of care to the wider public, and if you're carrying a weapon, you've got to take your chances, haven't you, with getting caught by the police. But there is so much potential for something to go horribly wrong when it comes to the police basing their decisions off of an anonymous tip, for example.